Yeah, yeah. Yeah, defend your gen. Let the fun begin. Defend your gen. Then we'll do it again. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, hello there.
Hello, welcome back to Defend Your Gen, the podcast where one millennial and one Gen Xer goes head to head to prove that our childhood was the best. Each week, we defend our favorite movies, TV shows, actors, music, snacks, toys, and all the little moments that made growing up unforgettable. Whether you're Team Millennial or Team Gen X, you're guaranteed to hear something that unlocks a memory you forgot you had. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's see whose generation comes out on top this week.
Wow, you said that perfectly.
I know. Yay, go me.
Good job. Good job.
Yes.
That's hard to do.
All
People
right.
don't realize how hard that is to do a perfect intro.
I know. That's right. Credit. Okay, so our first category, like many weeks in the past and in the future, is the best movie, dun, 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 or TV show or cartoon. But I usually pick a movie.
Right.
So for me, obviously, I'm gonna pick one with my favorite man since I was born,
Your favorite
which
man
is
since you were born, JT?
JT, baby.
Oh, wait.
So,
Then it's going to be that one, Time in
oh
Time.
no. But I
Oh,
love that movie. But
okay.
actually, it's way before that. I believe it's his debut movie, really. So my pick for this movie, my pick this week for the best movie is going to be dun, 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 dun. It is a Disney Channel original movie, DCOM, Model Behavior. Do you remember Model Behavior?
I don't think so. Explain it.
Okay, well, it premiered March 12th, 2000. The story follows two girls who look identical but come from completely different worlds. So one is an ordinary teenager and the other is a famous model. After they accidentally meet, I think it's at like a restaurant, they decide to switch places for a while because both are really tired of it's kind of like Parent
Oh, like
Trap.
Parent Trap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not related. So, yeah. So it for me, the real reason why it's my favorite, well, is obviously because Justin is in it and he plays, I believe, the model's boyfriend or something like that. It's one of the girls' boyfriend or the guy. The guy ends up falling in love with the other girl, the identical girl. Anyway,
Okay.
it's so good. But I think it was really cool because it was the first time I've ever seen him play in a movie. I'm pretty sure it is. Um, but don't quote me on that. But it was obviously during the height of the NSYNC mania, and seeing him pop up in a Disney movie was basically every millennial's dream. It was mine. Was it cheesy? Absolutely. But that's exactly what makes it so nostalgic, especially for me. It's one of those forgotten Disney Channel movies that instantly transports me back to being a kid because obviously I'm a JT fan and I'm going to watch it every single time.
So it's got a 6.0 on IMDb, which is actually not that bad. It's actually pretty decent.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, and you said it was from 2000, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not streaming anywhere that I can see, so I can't even check it out.
Yeah, I actually bought a copy of it, so I have a DVD of it, but it's like, like a streamed, not so good copy.
Right.
I bought it off of like eBay
It's like a
because I
burnt
just had to
copy
have a
from something.
physical copy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a burnt copy.
Wow, a DVD. That's crazy. I don't even have a DVD player.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, do you have a game system that'll play
Yeah, I
DVDs?
mean, I have the PS5, so
Okay,
yeah,
that'll
that
work.
would work. But that would be interesting to check that out. But the way you
So
get
good.
movies to stream that aren't streaming currently on any service is talk about them
Uh-huh.
because your phone's always listening, everybody's listening, Big Brother's listening. So I find that when I talk about something like a movie that I want to see that's just in moratorium right now, you can't find it anywhere. The more I talk
Mhm.
about it out loud, or type it into Google or whatever, it helps bring those things to the forefront. It really works, I swear.
That's cool. Because I
Yeah.
want to see a movie called Now and Then, and I think it's available only, I think, to rent on Amazon Prime, maybe the last time I checked, and
Is that the
I
time
keep
traveling
checking.
one?
No, but it kind of sounds like it would be just based off the title. It's like
Well,
a
there is
coming
one
of
called
age
Now and Then.
movie.
That's the time traveling one.
Oh, no, this is like with when Christina Ricci is
Christina
like,
Ricci and Demi Moore. Okay,
yeah,
that's different. No, the
it
Now
was
and
like,
Then one that I'm talking about. No, it's
mhm.
actually I think it's called Then and Now. Sorry, it's backwards. No, that's not
Oh,
it.
okay. I mean, still super similar.
Now and Then. Maybe it's not called that, but it's very close to that title. Anyway,
Okay.
that's funny that Christina Ricci and Demi Moore. There's you can't even find that. Wow.
Yeah, no, I cannot find it, but I saw it when I was growing up, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to watch it so bad," but it's not available yet. But it
Yeah,
hopefully will be if I just
it's
keep
on
talking
Prime
about it.
Video for $3.99.
Yeah, okay, I was right.
So
I
if
might
you
just have to do it.
yeah, if you think it's worth $4,
Yeah, and it probably is.
yeah. All right, so cool, cool, cool.
Mamma
My
mia.
I'm gonna go with a TV show from when I was just a lad, and it's something that I loved watching every week. Obviously, you couldn't stream things back then, so you had to tune in every week for a new episode, and it
Mm-hmm.
was The Muppet Show.
Oh
And
wow.
they just rebooted it. They tried a few episodes. It actually did really well, so I'm assuming they're going to do more of them.
Oh, okay.
A couple of fun facts about The Muppet Show. It was actually turned down by all three major U.S. networks. ABC, CBS, and NBC passed on The Muppet Show. Executives thought American audiences wouldn't watch a variety show starring puppets.
Mm-hmm.
So um,
They
the
were
laugh
wrong.
track, you know how you watch something like that and you hear a laugh track after
Yeah,
everything? It was actually mostly real on The Muppet Show. Although many TV shows of the era relied heavily on canned laughter, The Muppet Show was often filmed in front of a live studio audience.
that's cool.
And the last thing, my favorite two characters, Statler and Waldorf, the old guys up in the balcony, they
Mm-hmm.
were named after famous hotels. The two grumpy balcony critics got their names from historic New York City hotels. Statler was named after the Statler Hotel. Waldorf was named after, of course, the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. So there you go.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a little Muppet trivia for you.
Okay, okay. I mean, I've obviously watched it growing up, but it wasn't ever like one of my favorites, I would say.
Muppet Babies were good.
Yeah, Muppet Babies. I watched that recently.
Really? Wow. Yeah, you would watch it
Yeah.
more recently than me, obviously.
Well, because you know how Roku TVs, I think all Roku TVs have that built-in like Tubi app,
Yes, I have
and it just
Tubi.
plays a bunch of like old, it just kind of like old shows like on reruns or something. And yeah, it was on there.
I like Tubi, and I like Pluto too.
Hmm.
We get a lot of free
Oh,
movies
yeah, it was either
and,
Tubi or Pluto. I'm not sure which one, but it was on there.
and old TV shows and stuff. I just saw my TV went out last week, and
What?
it wouldn't pick up Wi-Fi anymore. So I guess there's like a Wi-Fi transmitter that goes bad once in a while. And the
Wow.
TV was 4 years old. It was a nice
Hmm.
TV, but it was from Idaho, so it's from the other house before we moved. I
Hmm.
mean, you should get more than 4 years out of a TV. Anyway, it was from Costco, and it just was over the warranty. I was like, damn. So we went to Costco, and I researched, me with TVs, and I watch a lot of movies, so I have to have a good TV. So I
Hmm.
researched it, and I got the best TVs right now are the LG C5 and C6. Like C5, and then the C6 is the new version, but the C5 was like $200 or $300 less and they still had it. And I'm like, it's got to
Hmm.
still be basically almost as good as the C6,
Right.
right? 'Cause, I mean, nothing
Hmm.
much changes. And it is amazing. So I went from a 65-inch to a 77-inch, and the color.
Wow.
So I looked up the 10 movies you should watch to test out a TV. Like Top
Oh.
Gun Maverick and Avatar and all this. I've been watching Lord of the Rings and for sound
Hmm.
and picture quality. And there's a
Yeah.
couple of animated ones like Encanto and stuff like that because of the colors. And I've been
Hmm.
watching these movies like they're all new again because this TV is freaking amazing.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, I've been having a good time watching all these
That's
movies.
cool. Speaking of movies, actually, I finally did see the trailer, just the trailer for Obsession, okay?
Oh,
And what the hell?
Dude, you need to
Yeah.
see that. You just I know you just don't get out to see movies, but if you do, that's the
Wow.
first movie. It's probably gonna be streaming by the time you get a chance. So,
Right, yeah.
but yeah, the first time director, he's got
I was
all
like,
this.
"What the heck?"
Everybody's
I was picturing more of, like, a horror movie, but this is kinda, like, gory, like I mean, it's weird 'cause
not
the
no,
girl's
it's not
obsessed.
gory. It's not gory at all, actually.
Well,
It's
I mean,
more.
looking at the trailer, it looks gory, but I don't know.
There's one gory part, which is the one I told
Yes.
you about, but it's
Yeah.
more like psychological and suspenseful, and it's just so good.
Mhm. Okay,
Don't
okay.
don't get me started on that movie again. It was
I
just
know,
so
I know, I
good.
know, I know, I know, I know.
And that as good as that movie is, because there's 2 phenom first-time directors right now that everybody's
Oh, the
praising,
backroom one?
that
Mhm.
was so bad, I hate that movie, and I hate that it's getting so much, like, you
Love
know
and attention.
yeah, because it doesn't deserve it, and people are just being Me Too about it, and I hate that. It's like, "I like kombucha." "Oh, I like kombucha." No, it's garbage. So
Yeah, like matcha.
it is the kombucha or matcha of movies, I
Mhm.
swear to God. I wanna get the word out.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Well,
Now
let's
I'm
move
angry.
on. Let's move on to our favorite actor or actress. This week I'm gonna be going with the very talented Anne Hathaway.
Oh, she's
Um,
in, The Odyssey that just came out.
yeah, she has a lot of. She's busy. She booked and busy, girl.
I know.
Dang, good for her, man. But growing up, I loved watching obviously the Princess Diaries movies. I loved Ella Enchanted.
Mm.
And then a few weeks ago, I finally watched for the first time The Devil Wears Prada,
You
the first
finally
one.
watched it? Oh my
I
gosh.
finally watched it, and it was actually really good.
Of course
I
it
don't
is.
know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I just never got to it. It never passed me. But it was actually good. Bev made me watch it, and it was really good.
Well, pause on real quick. Um,
Yeah.
Jody loves that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I took her to see part 2 when it came out. We both agreed it was horrible. They just all did it for
Damn.
a paycheck. It was not a good
Mm.
story. All the original characters were there, so you're thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be great." But it's a huge letdown. So don't think that's gonna be great. It's really, not.
Oh,
But
I
unpause.
thought it was gonna be good. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say I was looking forward to seeing that, but but maybe not.
Yeah,
Uh, I'll watch Obsession instead.
you better. I need a book report on
Uh,
that.
I know. But anyway, back to Anne Hathaway. I also loved her in Interstellar, Les Mis, of course. A little cringy, but Les Mis is good to me. I love Les Mis. Get
Batman.
Smart and Passengers. Her career is just so impressive, and like I said, she really does stay booked and busy,
I
which is
didn't
really
see
cool.
Passengers. Is that worth watching?
I would say, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I was going through her IMDb and I was like, ooh, let me get like a top five of the ones that I really like. So yeah.
that's cool. She was
Who
in
do
a
you
Batman
have?
movie too.
Oh, yeah. Man, she's in so much. Like I was just scrolling like, oh
I
yeah, I
know.
forgot about that movie. Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
was in that? Oh yeah, I gotta rewatch
she's got
that.
a big savings account. She's got some money in the bank.
Oh, for sure.
Well, this week I went ahead and picked one of my favorite actors who hasn't. It seems like he's done a lot of I don't want to say weird movies lately, but more like artsy, you know, type things.
Okay.
And I mean, not him, his brother.
Well,
Let me go back. I, I don't want to confuse the audience. The person that I picked is actually no longer with us, but his brother is,
oh.
and his brother's a great actor as well. And I have a little backstory on that. So who I picked was
Who?
River Phoenix.
Joaquin? Okay,
Uh,
Joaquin, I was right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What people don't know about River Phoenix is he was a talented songwriter and musician.
Mm.
Acting wasn't his only passion. He wrote original songs, played guitar, and was part of the band Alika's Attic with his sister Rain. He
Whoa.
became a committed vegan at a very young age, which I didn't know either. At around age 7, he witnessed fishermen kill fish, and he reportedly told his family he never wanted to eat animals again.
Wow.
He went on to become a passionate animal rights advocate and worked with organizations like PETA years before celebrity activism became common.
I did not know
Um,
that.
yeah, kind of cool. But he was discovered while performing with his siblings in a shopping mall. before Hollywood found him, he and his brothers and sisters earned money by singing in public. And what happened was a talent agent um, happened to see River and his brother Joaquin performing at a mall in Century City, California, and signed them both, launching their acting careers.
Dang, okay.
So your dreams can come true while singing in a mall, just like Tiffany.
Yeah, it's my 8-year-old dream.
I know, right?
Okay, I've never known any of that stuff. So those are all cool fun facts because I had no idea.
Do you like River Phoenix? Have you ever like
Yeah.
really kind of gotten into some of his stuff?
I mean, I feel like I've only ever really seen like Stand By Me,
Hmm.
probably something else too. I just
My
can't
Own
think of
Private
it.
Idaho was good.
Ooh,
Um,
I don't think I've heard
he
of
he
that.
has he has a small but really good IMDb presence.
Okay.
You should check it out. Put it in your on your
Yeah, put
whiteboard
it
or
on my
notebook or whatever you're
the
doing.
the whiteboard that just eludes me. It's
Yeah,
somewhere over here.
exactly.
It's a running record of all the things that I neglect. Okay,
Exactly.
well, let's move on to our third category, which is favorite song or band. I think you're
Okay.
really gonna like my pick.
Oh boy.
Well, because it's kind of like right in between our generations. You'll see why.
Okay.
This week I'm going with another female three-part harmony, Wilson Phillips.
Oh.
Okay. Obviously, this group saw huge success in the early 90s, and my mom was a huge fan, especially of their first CD, and I grew up loving it too. Their self-titled debut album came out in 1990 and
Mm-hmm.
sold more than 10 million copies worldwide, making it one of the biggest albums of the decade. I always thought how cool it would be if my dad was a famous singer, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, and then obviously having that huge legacy to live up to is really cool. And it got me thinking of like how cool it would have been like growing up like in the industry and what that would have been like. And I just think it's so cool. And then so yeah, his daughters are 2/3 of the group. It is Carney and Wendy Wilson, and then the third member being China Phillips, who is the daughter of John and Michelle Phillips of the Mamas and Papas. Like, I just think that's so fascinating to me what that would have been like family parties or like anything. I don't know. I just think that's so interesting. My favorite songs are "You're in Love," "Hold On," "Release Me," which I'm sure you love too.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we had the CD, and your mom played the crap out of it. In
Yeah.
fact, it probably has scratches, and it was one of those CDs where um, it ended up just in heavy row, like it would just stay in a CD player. You
Heavy
know,
row row.
yeah. So it would stay in the CD player in the car or
Heavy
wherever.
rotation.
Yeah, or if you had a 5 disc changer, at least
Mm-hmm.
one of them was Wilson Phillips, right?
I freaking love that CD, man. I could just a picture, like how it looks, the album cover, where they're
Yeah,
like sitting on the sides of the rock and then Carney's in the front.
yeah. It was kind of like they were kind of like the Dixie Chicks of their version of music, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were very, very popular, and they had a look to them, so they made them the producers and everything made them make a lot of videos, to get their faces out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, it was very marketable, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and like I said, like how cool would that been just to be growing up in the industry and then like, well, because a lot of people talk about nepotism and stuff like that, but I feel like they made a name for themselves, just themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, and I like when people do that, like Jacob Dylan with Wallflowers. He didn't advertise the fact that his dad was Bob Dylan. Or
Right.
the guy from Weezer, he didn't advertise the fact that his dad's John Williams. And,
Hmm.
it's like you find out these things years and years later, and you're like, I was this old, or I found this out today. And it's
Yeah,
cool
no,
that
I
they
love
make
it.
a name for themselves instead of like, try to rely on their parents' names and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I
cool,
mean,
good
I know
band.
the band is called Wilson Phillips, but I feel like a lot of
Yeah, but both
people
those
probably didn't
names
know.
are very common names.
Yeah, true.
It's not like they called them the Mamas and the Surfers or something.
The Mama's Boys.
There you go.
That would have been crazy.
Beach Papas.
Yeah, Beach Papas. There you
So
go.
I think you'll be proud of who I picked also.
Okay.
I'm finally going to talk about these guys.
Finally, shoot.
Little Oingo Boingo, my favorite band of all time,
Mhm.
and they helped me get through a lot of rough times in my not childhood, but in my like preteen, type years and early teen years, and it was just I relied heavily on some of their messages, some of their lyrics, and Danny
Some
Elfman
of their some
got
of their
got me through.
saxophone
Yeah,
solos.
Danny got me through some rough times. Um, so Oingo Boingo started as a surreal theater troupe before they were a rock band. Oingo Boingo was an avant-garde performance group called the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, which a lot of people know. They were
Mhm.
founded by Richard Elfman, which was Danny's brother, in the late 1960s. The troupe mixed live music with comedy, costumes, puppetry, and theatrical performances. Danny Elfman eventually took over the musical direction, leading to the rock band that emerged in the late 1970s. Yes, I'm old. If you look it up on YouTube, you might be able to find when they were on the Gong Show, which was a kind of a weird, cool, funny variety show back in the day.
Mhm.
And it was a very weird performance. Um,
Okay.
I don't remember if they got gonged or not, but they may have made it all the way through.
That's
Um,
cool.
their final concert was filmed but was nearly lost. Boingo's legendary Halloween '95 farewell concert at the Universal Amphitheater was professionally recorded. For years, fans could only find bootleg copies, but eventually, the original footage was restored and officially released, giving fans
Wow.
um, a high quality recording of the band's final performance after 17 years together. So
Wow.
yeah, it's probably one of their best concerts. That might be their actual
But I
best
mean,
concert.
he still performs though, so it's not like we'll never see him
Actually,
again.
he does. He was at Coachella,
Mhm.
and he just announced a tour, and he's gonna
Oh.
actually. Yeah, it's only like 10. It's only like 10 cities, and he's gonna play music from Boingo, which is unheard of because he doesn't do that anymore. He's
Mhm.
gonna play music. He's gonna play some scores from his movies,
Mhm.
and he's gonna play some new and original stuff. So
Wow.
obviously, I looked him up, and it's gonna be San Francisco, which is super close to us. It's
Oh, okay.
only like an hour away.
Dang,
Um,
you have to go.
I know.
You'll lose your noggin. You have to
So,
go.
so I gotta get tickets to that. Yeah.
Okay, that's super cool. I love it.
Yep.
Obviously, I love it.
Yep. I'm
Okay,
glad.
okay.
I'm glad he's still active, and there's also Dead Man's Party, which is a band that doesn't have any of the Boingo members in it, but they're really good. They're a really good cover
Mhm.
band. I've seen them half a dozen times.
I've only seen them
And
once, and they were super good.
and the former members of Oingo Boingo Tribe, I think is what they're called, and that actually does have the original drummer and a guitar player and somebody else in it, but it has like 7 or 8, 9 people. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
they have the cover band, they have the half of the actual band still playing, which is good enough because like if you really are a Boingo fan like me, you want to get anything you can,
Right.
And I've seen both of them, and they're both great in different ways, because the front man for Dead Man's Party for DMP, really good, does a great job. The front man for the members of Oingo Boingo, he's kind of crazy, but like in a good way,
Mhm.
It's like he reminds me kind of like Michael Hutchins from NXS. He's kind of
Mhm.
like weird, different kind of dude, but you got to be to sing those kind of songs, I guess. Anyway,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So yeah, Boingo.
Okay, well, I mean, shoot, you win. You win on that one, so I'll give you that point any day.
I'll take it.
Let's move on to favorite snack or candy.
All
I
right,
have a good one.
good.
This is another multi-generational pick, and it's going to be one of my favorites still today. Dun, 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 dun. I'm talking
Oh,
about rock
yeah, that's
candy.
rock candy.
Yeah, and I got that from TJ Maxx for 25 cents. So I was happy with that. What's really cool is that rock candy has been around for over 1,000 years. Did you know that?
What?
Historians believe that it was first made in India sometime around the 9th century, where people discovered that they could grow large sugar crystals by slowly cooling a supersaturated sugar syrup. It eventually spread along trade routes and things like that. And fun fact, rock candy wasn't originally just a sweet treat. For centuries, it was actually used for traditional medicine to help soothe sore throats and calm upset stomachs. Like here, have some crunchy sugar. That's not too far off from Halls, though. You know what I mean? So
I guess.
yeah, but I've loved rock candy since I was a kid. So I was like, ooh, that's such a good pick.
Yeah, that is a good pick. Yeah, I don't like Halls. If I'm gonna do a lozenge, I get the cherry Ludens because they taste like
Yes,
candy.
yes.
1,000 years. You should have asked me that as a trivia question to see like what
Ooh,
I would have said.
yeah.
Um, but wow, what is that song? Rock Candy Mountain?
Rock Candy Mountain, yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I gotta sneeze.
Oh,
Yeah.
God bless your soul, mate.
Do you know why people say God bless you when you sneeze?
Because you almost die.
No.
I don't know.
I looked it up last night actually.
Oh, why?
Well, there's two theories. One is goes back to the time of the bubonic plague, where
Hmm.
Gregory the First like basically made it a law where people had to say "bless you" when they sneezed because sneezing was one of the
Wow.
first signs that you had the plague. So they figured you were dying.
Oh, I mean, so I wasn't far off.
The other thing, what was the other thing? People believed back then that if you sneezed, then your
Hmm.
soul would escape. So
What?
they would say bless you so that the devil wouldn't snatch your soul,
Whoa.
right?
Okay. You could
That one's
try
a
to
little
make a
more,
movie out of that.
yeah, that was a little more fun to believe. Um,
Yeah.
all right, now I digress. One of my favorite candies, and you know because you sent it to me in many a care packages, whether it's been my birthday or Father's Day or Christmas, because you're an awesome gift giver, is snow caps.
Snow caps. Okay. I was gonna
So,
guess that.
do you know what year they came out?
I'm gonna guess in the 1940s.
Not too far off. They were introduced in 1927. They were designed
What?
specifically for movie theaters.
Oh.
Um, yeah, exactly. So they were introduced in 27 by Blumenthal Chocolate Company, which everybody knows, right? No. They were packaged in small cardboard boxes that were easy to carry to your seat and snack on quietly during a film. They debuted alongside other theater favorites like Goobers and Raisinets.
Hmm.
The chocolate is semi-sweet on purpose, and I love that. Unlike many classic movie candies, Snow Caps use semi-sweet chocolate rather than milk chocolate. That slightly richer, less sugary flavor was unusual when they were introduced, and it was one reason they've maintained a loyal following for nearly a century. Uh, yeah, next
Okay.
next year it'll be a century. Didn't even think about that.
Cool.
Um, the name comes from the white snow sprinkles. The white candy beads on top are called nonpareils, and that's French for without equal. Um,
Interesting.
the white coating resembles little snowflakes on chocolate caps, which inspired the name Snow
Okay.
Cap. They're one of the best known examples of chocolate nonpareils in North America, and they're my favorite nonpareils. I never
Okay,
had a
cool.
I've never had a Perel, but I've had nonpareils.
Very cool. I never knew. That's
There
very
you
cool.
go.
I like the history.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I am not a huge fan of them only because I don't like semi-sweet chocolate. But
Mm,
I mean, I love white chocolate, which is not
yeah.
really chocolate. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's move on to favorite toy or game.
Okay.
My favorite toy is not actually a toy. It's more of a game. So it's I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I know a lot of my millennial friends know exactly what this is. It's actually a paper and pencil game called MASH. No, not ringing any bells. It stands for Mansion, Apartment, Shack, and House. So if
Mm,
you grew up like
yeah.
me in the 90s, chances are you've played this at your friend's house or school. All you needed was a paper and pencil, and suddenly you were predicting your entire future. We'd
Was that
write
that
down
one that you
who we.
fold like this?
I mean, it's kind of like a cootie catcher too. Very
Wait,
similar to
wait,
that.
what was that called?
I think they're called cootie catchers or
Oh,
something like that. I'm pretty sure
okay.
that's what they're called, which is weird. But yeah, so all you need were, just notebook, paper, and suddenly you were predicting your entire future. We'd write down who we were going to marry, how many kids we'd have, what car we would drive, what job we would have, where we would live. And of course, we'd always throw one absolutely ridiculous like idea in there just to make it interesting. So then came the most important part, the spiral. So you would draw and draw and draw a spiral until your friend said stop, and then you would count the lines, and then that's how many answers you would cross off, like
I
every
do
time.
remember that. Now that you say how to do that, I do remember it.
Yeah. So looking back, it's hilarious how seriously we took it. If MASH said you were going to marry Leo DiCaprio, live in a mansion with 9 kids, and have a pet monkey, well, that was your future now.
I hope you weren't going to marry River Phoenix.
Aw. R.I.P.
Okay, that's interesting. That's fun and funny.
Mhm.
Um, I kind of cheated. It's not a game. It's not really. Um, I don't know. What was the category? Games and
Games, toys.
yeah, it's not really a toy either. But it's kind of along those lines where it really takes up a lot of your time in a good way as a kid. And
Okay.
I picked not a specific one, but just the all around idea of bikes as a kid.
Okay.
Um, yeah, bikes in the '80s, it was just your freedom, right? So
Mhm.
it was your first taste of freedom, really, by yourself or with your friends or a brother or something like that. But you got to get away from your parents, your house, and do your own thing for a while.
Mhm.
So before cell phones or GPS, your bike was your ticket to independence. You tell
Mhm.
your parents I'm going riding or going to my friend's house, and you disappear for hours exploring neighborhoods, trails, vacant lots, parks. As long as you were home before the streetlights came on, life was good.
Mhm.
Um, your bike was the ultimate social network. If you wanted to see your friends, you rode over to their house, looked for a pile of bikes in the front yard, and knocked on the door. A row of bikes lying in the grass meant the whole neighborhood was hanging out, and you
Yep.
instantly knew where the action was. Those simple bike rides gave kids in the '80s something that's hard to recreate today, a real sense of adventure, independence, and friendship. And
Mhm.
I miss those days.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I was 8, I had a bike accident, so it wasn't as fun and good to reflect on for me because my tooth
Yeah.
was chipped, and luckily it's fixed now. But I still had fun before that happened.
Yeah, I don't know if that was user error or the bike's fault. I don't know.
Oh no, it was my fault. It was user error completely because I wanted to
Yeah.
see what would happen if my front tire collided with my friend's back tire. And I found out.
You found out. You fucked around and found out.
Oh yeah, real seriously, that was horrible, but that's okay. We're
It's all
fine.
good now. It was a life lesson. And now you can talk about it and laugh
Yeah, well,
with a fixed tooth.
yeah, with my fixed tooth, my teeth.
So what are we
Okay.
defending this week?
Oh, oh, you're gonna have fun with mine, or maybe not. For talking trash, I want my dad to defend the country goose rooster chicken motif for kitchens. I would love for you to defend that because I can't.
So does that include cows?
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
kind of farm animal you want.
Well, yeah, it was obviously cows were big when, especially in the '90s, when I, um, was able to buy my own house and be responsible for my own kitchen. Of course, your mom was the kitchen person, and she loved cow decorations and decorative things that had to do with cows. In fact, she was, and I believe still is, a very crafty person. So
And
she
she loves
made a
cows
lot of the
too.
she made a lot of the things that were cow culture in our kitchen.
Oh,
And
culture.
she probably still has a lot of, if not all of those things. I don't know.
No, they didn't
No?
make it
Okay.
past multiple divorces.
So okay, let's not get into that. But um, wow, just put her on blast big time.
Hey,
Um,
hey.
So no, yeah, our first house, we had just a ton of, and I think it didn't stop in the kitchen. It bled over to other rooms, unfortunately.
Yeah,
There
but
were,
there was rooster stuff
yeah,
too.
yeah, there
Yeah.
was definitely full on farm,
Mhm.
culture going on, but I don't know if I can really defend it because she would be the one that would defend it, and she would probably do a good job at it because she loved, and she would. I mean, there's millions of people that love kitchen cow stuff. You
Yes.
know, you stop anywhere in the Midwest, and everyone's got cows in their kitchen, and in the diners that you stop at in the Midwest, it's all cow
Okay.
stuff. All the way.
Wouldn't know
Everything in the
that.
Midwest basically looks like a Cracker Barrel on the inside.
Oh, okay.
You
So
know,
it's farmhouse, but is
yes,
it modernized at least?
no, no.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
still stuck in time.
yeah.
Okay.
How do you modernize a cow, by the way? I mean, they still
Well,
look the
no,
same.
because they have all the Highland cows out now, and it wasn't
Oh,
usually
yeah.
Highland cows back then.
How cute are Highland cows, by the way?
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Really freaking cute.
For a while, they just took over TikTok and stuff with just all the
Yeah, so
baby
you are
Highland
not
cows.
defending it.
No, I'm not defending it. I'm not, I'm not defending
It's
it.
like, how cute are they?
Yeah. But no, yeah, it was, and some people, and I didn't mind it. It looks cute, when you go in there, but some
Hmm.
people hate it, just hate it to death. They're just like, I gotta get out of it because they want more modern stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I let her do what she wanted to do to be happy in her own space, because she did cook a lot and baked a lot. So let her have her space, I thought it was, it wasn't like um, something where you'd be embarrassed about it if people came over. You know what I mean?
Right, right. It was of the time, so it was totally
Right.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because neighbors probably had the same stuff, or looked at your stuff and, ooh, I got an idea for something I want. Like your mom would make those little toothpick holders that had a cow on it, or whatever,
Yeah.
and then maybe made a little bit of money on the side.
Yeah,
So
I'm
probably,
sure it was very like Better Homes and Gardens, like, or,
yeah.
very
Well,
HD TV or whatever it's called.
the non bougie version, because we couldn't
Yes.
afford the really cool
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah,
But
you know what
the
I mean.
homemade version, which is fine. But yeah, so can't really defend it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm not really for or against it. I'm kind of on the fence. But
Okay.
yeah, the farm fence, if you will. Um, what I need you to defend is boy bands from your generation.
Father. Boy bands are everything, and they're still pertinent in my life every single motherfucking day. And how dare you?
Yeah, they're trash though. They're not taken seriously.
Oh no, what are you talking about? It's BSB? If I could just talk about any defense, it's Backstreet Boys because they are still so popular and so like I'm saying, pertinent today, like with their big ass tours. I mean, it's huge. And I can't say that for NSYNC, of course, but as a more of an NSYNC fan, I obviously still prefer NSYNC. But Backstreet Boys is killing it still.
Do they have a cruise that they do?
I feel like I'm not sure about a cruise, but I know that a lot of boy band members from other bands get together and do tours. So I'm not sure about a cruise. I'll have to look that up.
I thought Backstreet had a cruise, or maybe it was 90 Degrees, or one of those. They have a cruise you can go, and they're the entertainment the whole time, and you can, since you're on the ocean for
Hmm.
like a week or two, they can't really get away from you, so you get to talk to them, and
Dude,
whatever.
that's super cool. I
Yeah,
love that idea.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm so on that. If Joey Fatone is there, I'm there.
Joey Fatone's probably in the buffet line.
Shut up.
Who do you think was the original boy band, if you think about it for a minute?
Um, Jackson 5,
That's what I was thinking.
you know?
Yeah, yeah. But they
I
weren't labeled that, of course. That term didn't come till
True.
a lot later.
Yeah, I mean, I would think them, but there was a very big range of ages, so maybe not.
Plus, I think at one point, wasn't Janet or Latoya in the band?
I mean, they performed together, I think, before, but I'm not sure.
Maybe they did backup vocals or something. Maybe they weren't. Maybe it was just all the boys.
Yeah, and definitely not Janet, because she was the youngest and she
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
By the way, when you talked a couple weeks ago about seeing the movie, it wasn't free. It's still not free.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I did find that out that he did rent it for me.
Yeah.
because
So
he knew how much I wanted to see it. I didn't even know he did, but
it's still 19.99. I'm like,
yes,
dude, when are you going
I
to be
know.
free? Yeah.
I know. Sorry about that.
And nothing I found, I was on Hulu or something, or no, it was something else. The Long Walk is finally out for free, and it took like a year because that was in the theaters a while back.
Oh, dang.
But I
Okay.
do recommend it if it's on something you have. I would recommend watching The Long Walk. It was one of Stephen King's first books, first stories that he wrote.
Okay. I have a lot of Stephen King books. I wonder if I have that book.
Yeah, it's super old. So, what are we doing?
Okay, so great defense, great defense.
Well, yeah,
Let's let's move on
I'll give
to
you the
our
point.
where, huh?
I'll give you the point on that one.
Well, I would think so. Let's move on to where are they now? This week, I'm going with Jonathan Lipnicki. Do you remember him just by name?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he became one of the biggest child stars of the 90s after appearing in Jerry Maguire, followed by Stuart Little and The Little Vampire. Like many child stars I've talked about in this segment, Jonathan too chose to step away from the spotlight to focus on school and growing up. But today he continues acting in independent films, trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He pretty buzz, and he has spoken openly about the challenges of transitioning from child star to adult actor. It's always nice to see someone from my childhood still pursuing their passion. This is such a weird thought, but hear me out. Hear me out. I think Jonathan Lipnicki would be perfect for Dancing with the Stars because he's super fit, he's super buff, and he has such a cute little face still. And I think people would definitely like recognize him still. And I mean, he's probably been asked, if I'm being honest, he probably has been asked, but I think he would be perfect for Dancing with the Stars.
I didn't know Dancing with the Stars was still on. It seems like a couple years since I've even heard of it.
Yeah, they're I think they're like directly streamed to like Hulu. I don't know if it's still on TV or not, but
Okay.
I don't have TV, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, he's definitely someone I could see doing that.
And being good at it, I should say. I feel like he would be like good at that. I don't know why.
Do you think he would win?
Yeah, I think he would.
All right, I see you, Lip Nicky.
Okay.
I'm gonna take your Lip Nicky. I'm gonna raise you.
Hmm?
My Where Are They Now is Peter Weller,
Can't tell you who that is yet. Tell me.
aka RoboCop.
Not ring-a-dinging any bells.
You never heard the movie RoboCop?
Well, yes, but I still
Oh,
don't know who the
okay.
guy is.
How about Buckaroo Banzai?
Boy, I had never heard that in my life.
Okay, so Peter Weller, he
Sorry.
earned a PhD while still acting. Most fans know him as RoboCop, but Peter Weller also pursued academics. He earned a PhD in, wait for it, Italian Renaissance art history from UCLA, focusing on Renaissance art and culture. He has even taught university courses and hosted educational history programs. The RoboCop suit, little fun fact, the RoboCop suit was almost unbearable. The iconic RoboCop armor looked amazing on screen, but it was incredibly difficult to wear. The suit weighed around 80 pounds, took hours to put on, and became extremely hot under studio lights. Weller had to completely relearn how to walk and move to give RoboCop his signature robotic style. Nowadays, he's become a respected TV director. In addition to acting, Weller has built a successful career behind camera. He's directed episodes of acclaimed television series, including Sons of Anarchy, heard of it?
Dang, okay.
Longmire, great, uh, great series. Hawaii Five-O, yeah, and MacGyver. And he's earned praise for his work as a director as well as an actor and a producer. So there you go. Peter Weller, still doing it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look him up because I still don't know what he looks like.
Yeah, he's kind of a rare breed as an entertainer because he's excelled in acting, directing, and academia, and that's surprisingly
Wow.
uncommon in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean it's a triple threat in just a different different facets. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
different way,
cool.
exactly.
Okay, okay, I'm definitely gonna have to check him out.
Hmm.
Let's move on to favorite childhood memories.
Or just childhood memories.
Yes. This one, I don't know why, but every week I keep thinking about stores as a kid. I guess we just went to a lot of stores.
Okay.
But I would say one of my favorite memories is, ooh, and I thought of it. I'm gonna rename this to a millennial memory. I like it. It has a ring to it. So my favorite millennial memory is going to be going to Toys R Us and seeing all the cool, new, expensive as
Yeah.
hell toys.
I knew you were
We
gonna
live
say
pretty
Toys R Us.
close to one, which is really cool. I don't think it's there now, but it was very close to grandma's house. Like,
Hmm.
you know the one I'm talking about? Yeah.
Hmm. Canyon
Um,
Springs.
huh?
Canyon Springs.
Oh yeah, Canyon Springs. Yep. And I'm sure that's probably where we got our Bert and Ernie dolls. And obviously probably the Tickle Me Elmo that we had too, but I'm not sure. But we loved going to Toys R Us.
Yeah. You know, it was almost called Tickle Me Taz.
Yeah, I would know that because I figured it out.
Yeah. I also liked going to Toys R Us as a kid because I played with GI Joes, the 3 3/4 inch, not the dolls,
Hmm.
and Star Wars, of course. GI Joe and Star Wars were just the best things to buy. The figures, and the vehicles. It was just, in fact, GI Joe was more fun because the vehicles you had to actually assemble yourself and put stickers on and everything. My Star Wars ones already came assembled, but that was an
Hmm.
extra facet that I loved about GI Joe, is that you got to actually build the vehicle, you know. So it kind of got you
Hmm.
into like model building a little bit, and then you put the stickers on yourself, and then all of a sudden it was ready to roll, and it was really cool, you know. So anyway,
That's so cool, but I feel like it kind of does suck because while it's a memory I have, I don't think that there's these big memorable stores that like my kids will experience, which is kind of sad because I don't know, it's so exciting as a kid to go down the aisles and just see like nothing but these really fancy toys and a lot of cool displays, and sometimes you could
yeah,
play them. And
right.
yeah, that's kind of sad that my kids will never know that.
That's true. Big toy stores are gone now, and all
Mhm.
your kids will know is toy sections in like Target and Walmart.
Right.
So
No,
that's
all my
huge.
kids know is clearance sections.
Well, yeah, Goodwill and Salvation Army.
Shut up. I meant you know what, get out of here. Thrifting is amazing. Okay?
Yeah, but they just smell funny.
Bro, so do you.
I showered daily, whether I needed it or
Same,
not.
same, same.
So one of my childhood memories, and this is why I said not exactly favorite,
Hmm.
and I think about it from time to time, is having to choose a parent when my parents got divorced.
Oof.
Um, when I was 11 years old, my mom and dad called me into their room, and they basically sat me down and made me choose which one of them I wanted to live with. They put it
Mhm.
on me as an 11-year-old kid,
I don't think we got the choice.
which is kind of fucked up,
Hmm.
right? Because it's like, well, who do I choose? Anyway, I
Hmm.
chose my dad because in my mind I felt he was more stable, and I would probably I would probably be better off with him than with my mom. Um, and it was sad because then we left. We went to an apartment, a few miles down the road,
Hmm.
and it wasn't. No, sorry, it wasn't an apartment. It was like a motel room
Oh.
slash apartment. It seemed like uh, an apartment you would have not for very long. In other words,
Hmm.
so it had a little kitchenette in it, living room with no furniture, and a little tiny TV, and then a bedroom with a mattress on the floor. It was so sad
Oh wow.
because I was like, "You live here?" And
Hmm.
they're like, "Yeah, you do too now." So, yeah, but we weren't there for more than a few days until we booked it to Michigan because he wanted to go back to Michigan to try to make a go of it out there again
Hmm.
with his brother, and that's a whole nother story. But yeah, having to choose a parent to have that weight put on you as an 11-year-old kid, man, I still remember that.
I mean, speaking from my own experience, it went similarly when I was 8. You sat us down, you told us what the deal was, and I don't think we got a choice though. I think you were just like, "Oh, I'm gonna move out," kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know which is harder. I mean, you would think that it would be choosing a parent, but not having a choice, I don't know.
Well, can you put yourself in your 8-year-old mind? If I would have asked you, what would you have chosen?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. And for reasons I can't really delve into, yeah, I can't really. That's hard. Well, because, mental illness plays into things,
Yeah,
so
I ask the hard-hitting question.
right. So I don't know. I
Okay,
really don't know.
fair enough. Let's move on.
But like I always say, and I always will say, divorce was the best option for my own parents, and probably yours too. But I will always say that
What?
because it's not divorce was the best option. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to stay together, and I just feel like that doesn't always work with everyone.
Yeah,
And in
staying
our
together
case,
for the kids is not really a good option because
that's what I'm
kids
saying.
kids know when you're miserable, and
Hmm.
kids will be miserable in that situation. So,
Right,
yes, it might be easy financially or, maybe a couple different ways, but there's gonna be no love in the relationship, and the kids know what's going on anyway. Kids aren't stupid.
right. Yeah. So
So,
I'll always say that you know that was the best option, and I still really feel that way.
you're probably the only one of the 3 that feels that way.
I know, which is so strange to me, but
Yeah.
I it's not even about really rationalizing it. It's just I just that's truly the best outcome that could have happened.
I
Because there
mean,
could have
Haley
been
was
way worse.
Haley was a lot younger, so she's like,
Yeah.
"What the hell?" And,
Hmm.
obviously she was sad, and Megan was a little older than you, not much, and her and I were close back then, so she probably feels like she was, um, what do you call
Yeah,
it?
dripped out. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I
abandoned,
mean,
kind of. But,
yeah, there's a lot there.
in fairness to me, I did try to get you guys all the time and bring you to my new situation and not make you feel abandoned and let you know that I was always going to be there for you and everything. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't have any of those really harsh feelings about it. But that's how I've dealt with it, and I guess have chosen to deal with it. And I don't know. I feel like uh, I got lucky. I don't know.
well, I think you subscribe to the theory of shit happens better than your sisters do.
Yeah, and resiliency is a big thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but okay. All right, let's move on.
Now that we brought the room down.
Yeah, no,
No,
for
but it's
real.
real talk. It's real talk. That's what people
It
want to
is.
hear, right?
It is. Diving deeper into painful things. I mean, yeah. But let's move on. Let's go to random facts. Um, oh, yes, I wanted to talk about pagers. Pagers, I wanted to look up just because it's something that I'm sure you've had one or you've had them,
We
and I,
only two kinds of people carry pagers:
oh,
doctors and drug dealers.
oh, interesting. So you never had one?
No, my cousin did, but he was a drug dealer.
Oh my God. Okay, okay.
By the
Well,
way, we used to call them beepers, not pagers.
oh, oh, beepers. Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah. If you look
okay,
up, there's a Sir Mix-a-Lot song called Beepers.
okay, cool. I just see that's just something I would never know.
I
But
know.
anyway, in the height of beepers, the year I was born, 1994, 61 million people used beepers, a precursor to mobile phones, obviously. I just think it's something that's so 90s. It reminds me of like watching Friends, and I kind of wish I would have got to experience it just because it seems cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things that seemed cool, but it really wasn't.
Oh,
Be- Because it
okay.
wasn't a two-way device. You got a beep and you had to find a phone to call somebody who beeped you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never really realized how they worked.
It's
Okay.
like half a walkie-talkie. It's a walkie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you call someone and you can put in a few, like you call someone and then you push star and then you can put in a few digits, like maybe a code, like someone knows, hey, call me, or this means everything's cool, or whatever. You know what I mean? And
Oh.
then that way, when they look at their little screen, they see who it's from, and then there's like a few digits after where if you give someone a code to put in, like 444 means good to go, or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your random fact?
My random fact is the fact that most households when I was young had one TV, and somebody had to get up to change the channel. And it was usually the little man on the totem pole, which was
Yep.
me because I was the youngest kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I totally forgot about. Like that's like such a lost
There
little
was a
artifact of time.
Yeah, there was a hard dial on the actual TV where you had to click, 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 click to go, and there was only like,
Wow.
7 or 8 channels.
Mhm.
It wasn't like it is today. Like you couldn't, you know how there's like a couple hundred things and you still can't find anything on you want to watch, but back then you had to find something and you didn't have many opportunities to find it. So you're
Okay,
either
that's cool.
watching you're either watching like, The Tonight Show or a rerun of something or PBS. And yes, PBS was
Yeah.
was still out back was out back then because it was,
Love PBS.
yeah, I know, but I just heard that it's finally going in the trash. Uh,
Wow. That's sad.
they've been trying to carry it for years and years and years based on people's donations and things like that, but they're finally getting to the point where it's going to be gone unless somebody saves it like soon, which sucks because
Dang.
PBS has had some great shows and served a lot of purposes in the past.
Oh yeah.
Somebody needs
I
to
guess.
bail it out.
Yeah, some big kind of company. Come save it. Come on.
I know.
Bring it to streaming. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you would do that, but
I don't know. All right, well, it's time for our last category, which is our burning question.
oh no.
This question is more so for the millennial audience, but maybe you could chime in too. My burning question is, what was the biggest status symbol on the playground when you were growing up? Was it the coolest lunchbox? Was it having cool shoes like Heelys, which are the ones, you know Heelys, right? Having a new Pokemon card, or being the kid whose parents let them bring Lunchables every day?
So if I chime in, obviously, well, it's kind of a weird the way you worded it because the coolest lunchbox was definitely a thing, but not on the
Yeah.
playground. That would have been in the lunchroom.
Well, I just meant like, how would you be like the coolest kid, in your class?
Usually, the coolest kid had the best clothes, including shoes, obviously, and the
Hmm.
best hair. So he looked like, he looked
Oh,
like a little. I don't want to say movie star, but he looked like the coolest kid because he had the coolest style.
oh, okay.
Um,
I didn't think about
and
that. Okay.
that actually would make you popular. So it was kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then all of a sudden
Okay.
you had all the friends. So
Honestly,
that
that
was
makes
my
a lot of sense.
yeah, that was my gen. So
Yeah, I think that definitely carried on to mine too. Just having, the coolest brands, like all the cool hip
mhm.
brands. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that's a really good point.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
think that's probably the biggest status symbol. Okay, okay, I like it.
Okay, I see you, Gen X. All right. So my burning question, and I'll let you answer this, and it should only take a few seconds because it's a very
Oh,
easy question,
okay.
is what household item was responsible for, you're on the edge of your seat, aren't you?
So,
Untangling cassette tapes.
wait, what? A pencil?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I was like, what? A pencil?
Yeah. Or
Honestly, I
rewinding.
would use my fingernail too, though.
Yeah,
Our
sometimes
little
you could do that. But I mean, the right size pencil or pen, you're good to go.
finger.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they would get stuck a lot, and you'd take them out, and you'd have to wind it up and stuff. And then that part would be crunchy, so every time you hear that part or that song or whatever, it'd be like, you're like, oh yeah, that's where I fucked it up.
Yeah, but some of them couldn't be saved. I feel like I've gotten real bad tangles.
Dude, I swear I coined the term surgery on cassette tapes because I have actually taped cassette tapes together in certain spots, and you would have to do it really finely with Scotch tape because otherwise it wouldn't go through the thing correctly.
Mhm.
So you'd have to. It was surgery. It really was.
Wow.
And if
Okay.
you really wanted to save a tape because it was your favorite, then that's what you did.
A little tape neurosurgeon. Okay.
Tape on the tape. Yep, that's
Okay.
it.
Tape on the tape. I like it. Okay. Well, that's a wrap on another episode of Defend Your Gen in the books. Now it's your turn to settle the score. Did millennials make the stronger argument this week? Or did Gen X prove that they have the better stories? Head to our socials and cast your vote. We genuinely want to know who you think won. If you had fun hanging out with us, don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss a new episode from us. And if there's a movie, a toy, TV show, snack, pop culture memory that you think we should debate, send it our way. It might just make it into a future episode. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time, keep the nostalgia alive and keep defending your gen.
Bye, bye, bye.